Good morning, boys and girls. Mr. Dimmock here. So assembly's a little bit late this week. I apologise for that. I got some people to help me. Some primary sevens have helped me. And the assembly's all about Ramadan. So this is the month of Ramadan that Muslims celebrate. And I've done a bit of research and spoken to some children to tell me all about it. On Friday, we are having our own Eid celebration. So I've invited lots of families from school. Anyone's able to come. And it's like a lunch stop that we did, and there'll be all sorts of things going on. We'll be able to stick around though, and it's going to be in the playground, and hopefully it won't be wet. So Ramadan, I'll do a PowerPoint, but before the PowerPoint, just wanted to hand over to one of the primary sevens. So what's Ramadan?
Ramadan is the 9th month on the Islamic calendar, and we fast because Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam fasted in this month to bring him closer to Allah.
Okay then, so tell me in a nice loud voice, what is Ramadan?
Ramadan is where you cannot eat until sunset, and each day it gets longer up until Eid. And the reason why we fast is because so we can feel how homeless people feel like when they cannot eat as well.
Right then, back to our assembly. So we've got our Ramadan and Eid assembly. And you know what I'd love to do in our school is invite lots of different church leaders, leaders of all sorts of different faiths, to come in and tell us about some of the celebrations and their faith. We have loads of children of different faiths in our school. And, you know, one of the strengths of Scotland is, you know, we talk about being one nation and lots of different voices and lots of different cultures as well. And definitely a strength of our school is children from lots of different cultures, lots of different faiths coming together and coming together under the banner of our Gracie values. So what is Ramadan? It's a great picture here of some women in a mosque, and the crosses are social distancing, so obviously they're not allowed to be too close together. The guidance is changing and always changing, so I think a few more people are allowed in churches and things now, which is brilliant. So what is Ramadan? Right, I'll tell you a bit about it. So Ramadan is one of the 5 pillars of Islam. So if you've done, if you study Islam in your classroom, you'll know about the 5 pillars. So 5 of the things that are really important to Muslims. So the first one, the Shahada, is about a declaration of faith. The Salah, not Mo Salah. The Salah is the ritual prayer Muslims say, 5 times a day. And the zakat. So a lot of Muslims are really into giving, really into helping lots of other people, which is amazing. So a lot of Muslims give a portion of their own wealth, a portion of their money to other causes. We've had, during the lunch stop, we've had some fantastic restaurants donate to our school, which is brilliant. So, you know, our families have really benefited from some Muslims out in the community. And the next pillar, the Sawm, that's all about fasting. And Ramadan is the holy month. So it's the month of fasting. Can you imagine a month of not eating? It's not eating altogether, but it's not eating when daylight is there. And the next pillar is about the Hajj. But I'm going to focus on Ramadan, what happens in Ramadan, okay? Okay, so how does this work in practice? You don't just not eat for a month, because that would be terrible and you'd just wouldn't survive. But how does it work in practice? So as Hatian said, some Muslims have a really early morning meal. So a meal just before it gets light. And that meal will hopefully fill them up for a lot of the day and allow them to carry on doing their normal things. But it can be really hard to do the normal things when you're not eating during the day. You think about yourself and how often you have a meal, a snack and lunch and tea all during the day. And then for Muslims during Ramadan, then they're not allowed to do that, but they choose not to do that. But actually after sunset, they'll have a meal called the iftar or fatur. So a meal in the evening after the sun's gone down. And it's also a time when Muslims are encouraged to give to charity and strengthen their relationship with God. So it's quite hard to do, I imagine. I'll speak to some girls at the end of this, and it's not obligatory for children to do it. And some children want to try just to see if they can do it, and just to see what it's like. And I'm really impressed. And there was an amazing story of a footballer just the other day. It was playing a late night match. I think it got dark. Officially got dark at like 8 o'clock, and the match was 7:45 kickoff, and then 15 minutes into the match, everyone stopped and let the fella have a drink and let him have some food, and then they all played on playing football. So professional footballers, really supporting each other, which was amazing.
Tell me about fasting then.
People fast nowadays to remind them of like hungry people and poverty.
So what's Ramadan?
Ramadan is the 9th month on the Islamic calendar, and we fast because Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam fasted in this month to bring him closer to Allah.
So fasting sounds really hard. Are you guys fasting at the moment?
Yes, we are fasting at the moment. But generally it depends. If you get used to fasting, then it's not really gonna
be easier.
Yeah, it'll be easier.
Yeah, the more you do it, it gets much easier. And before you do it, you eat something before you have to fast, which is called suhoor, so you don't get that hungry.
And come out of school and playing football and stuff like that. How do you fit all that in if you're fasting?
Football's like usually late, so I'll fast all the way up to there.
Right, but you need to take some drinks when you're playing football, and
Yeah.
that is amazing. How about you?
I don't really have clubs on anymore for now.
Yeah.
But if I did, I would still fast through it. I just wouldn't put as much effort as like normally go as hard and stuff as I would normally.
So Ramadan, the Islamic calendar follows a lunar calendar, so a bit like the calendar that we use. And the month of Ramadan starts with a new moon. Okay, so it's really, really interesting that it starts when the moon is just a wee sliver. So people are looking out for that sign, and it also finishes when the moon has finished. So lunar calendar, it lasts 29 days or 30 days. So they start looking at the moon. And in the past, the end of Ramadan, somebody would spot that the new moon was there. Now we use telescopes and all sorts of things. So it lasts for a month, and then what happens when that month finishes? Well, that's when we have Eid. And Eid, actually, it's just been declared Eid is going to be tomorrow. So there might be some Muslim kids that are off tomorrow. And Eid is a big celebration. You imagine if mum and dad have been fasting during the day for a whole month, they'll be so relieved, and a big celebration, family meals. So I've never experienced Eid. I've not celebrated Eid. So I'm going to hand over again to some Primary 7 girls to tell us what Eid is like in their house. Eid Mubarak, everyone.
Okay, final question. Do all kids have to fast during Ramadan?
Not really. Kids just I want to try it to get better on it, so when they have to, they'll already know how it feels.
When you're fasting, when kids fast, it's not really like younger kids like 7, 8, 9. It's if they can do it, they do it sometimes, but not all the time. And it's like just little bits, maybe not all the month. But then when they start to get older, like 11, 12, 13 and stuff, and older, they would start fasting maybe the whole month.
Well, I'm really impressed that you guys, trying, so well done. At the end of Ramadan, it's Eid, and that's a big party for you guys, isn't it? So what are you going to do this year? What does it look like in your house?
Do you want to say?
Are we recording?
Yeah.
You can start.
Okay. Well, family's coming over, like cousins and aunties and uncles and and we're just gonna have like a little, some food and we're gonna get money and presents and everything. We're just gonna have a little celebration, like a family celebration, to reward ourselves for fasting the month. So yeah.
Brilliant. Same for you?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. So Eid is the end of Ramadan. What's Eid like in your house?
So at the end of Eid, we normally get like presents and chocolate and money, and with the money we can get whatever we want, or you can just save up.
What's the best thing about Eid?
I think the best thing about Eid is that you can spend time with your family.
What's the best thing about Eid?
I think the best thing about Eid is that you can spend time with each other and just like enjoy this time that you've got with your family.
Brilliant. Thank you, guys. Well, that's the end of my assembly, boys and girls. It's Eid on Thursday. There might be some children off. When they come back on Friday, if you want to wish them happy Eid, just like you'd wish anyone happy Christmas or happy New Year, then you say Eid Mubarak. There's lots of other ways of saying that as well, so you can maybe find out other greetings and learn a bit of Arabic. So Eid Mubarak. Bye.